real quick, before we get into the episode, I just want to let you guys know we do have a Patreon account where you can go and support us and help make this thing even more awesome. It's at patreon.com/TheTitanPod. So if you get a chance, go check it out. There's videos, there's live streams, there's awesome character sheets of all the characters that Kelsey actually hand drew for all of us.
Well, I didn't draw the characers. I hand drew the character sheets.
We had
They're
awesome. Our awesome character artists.
There's tiny bookshelves and little elaborate scrolls and all kinds of legit stuff.
It's super cool. And there's lots of other awesome things you can check out. Not to mention, after every episode, we record a post show for about 15 minutes just talking about what happened.
Where Dalfin sits on a post.
You'll have access to that every week. Anyway, if you get a chance, go check it out. Let's get into this episode. Last time on the Titans of Alterra. So, tomorrow morning, first light, you'll hop aboard the Sheamus, captained by Donnie Russell. I got word here, and he kind of pulls up a piece of paper, that we're going to have some stragglers on our little errand tomorrow.
I think he's calling you a straggler.
So you're a trade ship.
We are a military ship, but currently, trade ships have been getting ambushed by pirates.
So you're a guarded trade ship.
Sounds like you guys are saying the same thing.
This is the ship's wizard. He's a he's a dwarf. The name's Wilbert Dumbledon.
Do you think we'll get to meet pirates?
I don't think. Okay.
I hope not. I truly hope not.
Yeah, me either. Neither.
Well, the trip will take us about 2 days in total before we get to the Gnome Island. Hello and welcome to the Titans of Alterra, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master and host, Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan.
Dalfin Mugwort.
Winnie.
Relnor.
Awesome. So, you've been aboard the ship Sheamus, captained by Donnie Russell, none other than the loathed Donnie. Loved and loathed. Donnie Russell.
Understood and loathed.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the first day is passed, kind of without note. It was a very basic day. You guys met Wilbert Dumbledon, the ship wizard, and he was kind of a friendly face amidst the kind of gruff crew. Now you guys are kind of on the second day, and I'm going to say it's about midday. You guys, at this point, the Gnome Island that you're heading towards is like a tiny speck on the horizon. So throughout the rest of the day, it should be getting closer and closer. But yeah, do you guys is there anything during the second day you guys want to do? You're kind of free to roam.
I want to climb the mast and yell, "Land ho!"
All right.
Of course you do.
You go ahead.
I climb the mast.
All right, you climb them. You definitely have the capability to do it. I'm not going to make you roll for
and
that.
in Orc, I go...
Really?
Why would I make him roll for climbing?
I don't know.
I'm very dexterous.
It's not like he's trying to do it.
And
I want somebody else to roll.
Winnie wants to seek out Wilbert, at least for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Roll the 19 to make
Wilbert, at this point, Wilbert is kind of sitting near the front of the ship, just kind of looking through his books.
Cool. So Winnie's gonna kind of walk slowly up next to him, be like, "Hey, Wilbert."
Little sister, what can I do for you?
Hey, I don't know. Sorry, do you have a second?
Of course. Got all the time on the sea.
Yeah. Me too. About that. I guess I was wondering, like. Oh, okay. I've never really fought anybody. Like, we did some sparring. I was just a little nervous. Like,
you
I don't
spent
know.
time in the academy, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was never real great at, I don't know. I was never really great at choosing my spells. I guess I was wondering.
The wizards, they're not teaching you combat these days.
Well, they probably could have. I may have played hooky from that class a couple times. I guess I was just wondering, when you fight pirates, Do you have any, like, tips?
Well, the best I can do is get him off the ship.
Okay.
So I'll typically...
So you, like, trip them.
I'll trip him, push him, throw him. I'll give you word to the wise. If you're not too sure what you're doing in combat magic, don't use fire on a boat. Oh. It's incredibly dangerous.
Fair enough. Okay.
What spells you got? What's one of your faves? Who says faves?
Faves.
Millennials. So fix it, Wilbert.
Apparently
Wilbur
Wilbert's-
goes, I totes love fire spells.
They're so lit. Obs, I use Firebolt, and then a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I first learned Firebolt to help me smelt the metal a little bit. But I've been working on Chromatic Orb, and I'm not really great at it.
Oh,
But
there's a good spell.
yeah, my mentor was like really good at it. I just wish she could be good at it as good at it as she was. I don't know. So I have like that, and then I have some things to get me away from combat, like Misty Step.
You got any wind spells?
Not
Whirlwind.
Not really. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get him off the ship very well.
Well, you do what you can with what you've got. I would highly suggest not Firebolt.
Okay.
For the sake of the ship.
I think I can remember that.
Good. But the rest, it's kind of up to you. And he says, I've got several spells in here if you'd like to take a look.
Yeah, do you have anything windy?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's say he kind of shows you his book, and probably the two spells he would suggest that you could try and check out is Thunder Wave,
Yeah.
which is kind of a less controlled wind spell, which would push anyone around you about 10 feet. And then there's Witch Bolt, which he kind of... This is the one... I'm just jumping into it. Like, this is the one that I might suggest more than anything. It's very focused and hits exactly who you want it to hit.
Cool.
So either one of these, you could write them down in your own tome if you'd like.
Yeah, can I copy down Witch Bolt from you?
Go ahead, help yourself.
Thank you so much. This is so cool.
What's another wizard for?
You're the best. Thank you.
Anybody else doing anything? Relnor, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I gotta
Relnor,
know.
what are you doing? Because
Where are you?
I'm probably going to be where you are, to be honest.
Oh.
Winnie has her own adventures.
Winnie's independent.
She's off doing her own side quest while everyone else is
Sorry.
following Relnor.
Joan wants to make
I love
sure
it.
Relnor doesn't screw up.
No, Joan
Oh,
is
no?
doing her job. She is following her captain.
Remind me time of day.
Little afternoon.
I'm probably going to be up on deck.
Smelling the sea.
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing to say?
No.
Feels like the right thing to say.
I walk by Relnor with my arms full of food and my mouth full of food, and I look at him and I offer him a piece,
I'll take it.
and I keep walking.
How big is this ship, by the way?
It's a decent sized ship, but it's not so big that you can't like see everyone on deck.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. So I'm up here enjoying the fresh air and the sun and watching him walk around the deck. Just
you're just handing food to the crew members.
Yeah, I'm offering him. In Orcish, I'm saying
They're all
food?
falling in love with you. Yeah, of course.
When does that not happen?
And the captain likes you to start with.
What is
so,
it
like,
that the second in command always says? What's his thing?
Aye, lads.
he says I lads
Aye,
and
lads.
I captain. Those are the
Captain,
two things
gotcha.
he says.
Aye, lads.
And they all
that.
seem to know what he means.
Yeah,
no matter
I love
what.
it.
Very much like Groot.
Yeah.
Like angry.
Significantly less friendly.
is Donnie up at the helm?
Yep.
He's up at the helm.
Or no, you know what? I'm gonna
Is
say
he
at this
down?
point he's in his captain's quarters. So the way the ship works, the helm is kind of up in the back top area, and underneath that is where the captain's quarters are.
Okay.
So
I'm going to walk over to the captain's quarters and knock on the door.
okay, before you get to the door, Bordeaux steps in front of you, crosses his arms, and huffs. And Bordeaux, for those of you who don't remember, is the massive full-blooded orc.
Yes.
Who, by the way, never wears a top. He's always just he's got his sailor's pants on and his boots, and then just the massive barrel chest with scars and all that stuff. Open.
He's first mate, right?
Second in command.
And he crosses his arms. He just goes.
Aye.
Wilbert said the captain wanted to see me.
He leans over and he goes, "Aye, lad." And that might have been too loud. And Wilbert pokes his head up from his books and he goes, "I don't know."
Not even a deception roll? Dang it.
I mean, he just asked
very
Wilbert.
easily
He just
found
verified
out.
it.
That's right there.
It really didn't matter whether or not you were convincing.
Note to self, look around the deck and see
Who's there?
who's out there. All right, I tried. You can go back to
I walk up to Bordeaux,
Yeah.
and I hold out some food, and I go, "Hi, lad."
He looks down like kind of with a grimace, and he reaches out and grabs everything in your hand, and puts it in his pocket.
I smile and I walk away.
You then hear the door creak open from the captain's quarters, and you hear Donnie's voice go, "It's all right, Bordeaux. Let him in." And Bordeaux steps aside immediately.
I'm going to cross my arms as I walk by and say, "Aye, lad."
He doesn't respond. Remains incredibly stoic. All right, so you enter. Dalfin. I'm gonna guess you're probably following along. Are you still gonna keep going around and hand out food?
I'm gonna try and sneak around to the window, like one of the back windows, the port.
Oh, like
windows.
you're gonna like climb the
yeah,
outside
yeah,
of the
yeah,
ship.
and I want to listen to what happens.
I'm
Okay.
watching Relnor from afar.
All right, so Relnor.
Off
I'm gonna be sneaky. I don't want anyone to see me.
topic, but I mean, man, if we could have a illustration of every time he's climbing in a window as like our illustration for that week.
Think of me like parkour or like a
Oh
rock
my
climber,
gosh.
like a mountain climber.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't care.
so Relnor and Captain Russell are heading into the captain's quarters, and most people are taking note of that. I would say even Wilbert is kind of like eyeing it from his space at the front.
I'm watching everybody watch them, and I'm like, and I jump off the side, like get around to the side.
So you enter in, and Donnie shuts the door behind you guys. "Take a seat," he says.
Do I need to roll for like stealth or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 10.
I'm gonna say like most people see you climb over to the side of the ship.
They just don't care.
No one cares.
They're just like, okay.
They're all eating things.
Do I
to
need
you,
an
like,
acrobatic
Did
check?
I
I shouldn't
see
even
him?
ask these things.
Did I see him go out the window?
I didn't go out the window. I
No,
Or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah. You
off
saw
the
him
side?
climb off to
Okay,
the side. Yeah.
okay.
Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check. You don't got to get a big number.
I rolled a 1.
Ricky.
But he's a halfling. He's a halfling.
Oh,
he's
I'm a
lucky.
halfling.
Oh,
Hold on.
wow.
I'm lucky.
You're
I'm lucky.
lucky.
Oh,
You can
thank
roll
you.
again.
Thank you, Joan. Thank
I
you,
was
Joan.
like, are we seriously gonna? This whole episode
Oh,
would get
I was gonna be like-
derailed to like a man overboard. You roll another one.
No, I rolled a 2.
At least it wasn't a one.
Twice
Alright.
as good, Ricky.
So
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I'm gonna say, Joan, you see him climb over to the side and promptly fall off into the water.
Oh, jeez Louise. I look over the side.
Help!
Does Winnie hear the splash? Like, do
Yeah.
people on deck hear the splash?
I look over the side.
Yes. Yeah. And the helmsman immediately, when he hears the splash, goes, "Man overboard!"
I go, Wilbert, the shark repellent.
So Donnie immediately rushes out from your guys' meeting,
Jeez.
and
My bad, guys.
Yeah, I rush out as well.
he goes, "Wilbert, get to it!" And so the ship wizard jumps up real quick, not with no regard for his books or his notes, and runs over to where the splash was, and he actually casts a levitation spell
Oh, that's legit.
on
Dalfin.
Dalfin, so that you start to float out of the
Oh,
water.
cool.
So then you're able to kind of like come float back up, and Bordeaux goes over to the edge, reaches out, grabs you, pulls you in, sets you down, and the spell ends.
I'm gonna go dry off. Thanks, Wilbert.
What is going on? This is the captain speaking.
I salute and I go, sorry, Captain. I was trying to sneak around the back so I could eavesdrop on your conversation.
We have important business ahead of us. We can't have someone climbing on the edges of our ship.
I agree with you now that I've fallen off.
If it was anybody but you, so help me.
I salute him again.
Get yourself dried off. Stay below deck.
Aye, Captain.
Back to it, lads. And then the, Bordeaux goes, aye, lads. And everyone goes back about their business. Tying ropes, getting things done.
Sorry.
Winnie follows Wilbert back to the pile of stuff, and her eyes are just like huge.
So that's the benefit of a ship wizard. They're able to solve very particular problems quickly.
Dalfin has
Absolutely.
learned a lot.
Yeah. Especially like the fact that like the sides of ships were never made for climbing.
Well, that's it. I've never climbed a boat before.
Yeah.
I've only ever climbed houses and
Yeah.
walls and.
Yeah.
That was great.
So, okay, as Donnie is kind of berating Dalfin, he pauses and almost starts to look past the little halfling. He barks out an order really quickly, and one of the crewmen brings over a scope. And he grabs it, pushes it out, and you hear him go, "They're here."
Pirates?
Yep.
Oh.
Then the Bordeaux goes, "Aye, lads! Aye, lads!" And
Shocker.
Pirates,
everybody,
pirates, oh my gosh, pirates.
everybody starts getting into position and getting ready for pirates, basically. And there in the distance, it's still very small, but steadily getting bigger, is a pirate ship.
Winnie's she's kind of like looking around, trying to figure out where she belongs in all this. And she sees Joan. And Joan is her anchor all of a sudden. She runs up to Joan. She's like, what do we do?
Okay, you're gonna be brave
Okay.
because you can do this.
Until then, what else do I do?
Stick near the three of us.
Okay.
Wilbert comes by and says, "They won't be here for another hour or so. It's going to take them time to reach us."
Oh, well then you can go take a nap, learn some
I
spells.
gotta finish copying this spell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dry off. I'll
Finish
be right
copying
back.
that spell.
But we have the advantage of the fact that they think we're a merchant ship. So, with any luck, we'll be able to
Why are you
we'll
excited
be able to
about
catch
this?
him by surprise. Donnie runs over to a chest, unlocks it, opens it, and then pulls out a kind of very like gruff and used brown coat, and he throws it at Relnor. Says, "Put this on. I don't want them seeing your blues, giving us away."
I take off my blue jacket and put on the tattered brown one.
Cool. So, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. None of his crew is wearing uniforms.
I figured.
So
Yeah.
they're all wearing like basic.
You made him sound pretty rough and tumble,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. They all are part of the military. They all own uniforms, but because of the certain work they're doing right now, they don't dress that way. So it'll be a little bit of time. Is there anything you guys want to do to prepare for the pirate? It's kind of an inevitability at this point.
Yeah, I
they're
mean-
headed on a direct like crash course for them.
I'm definitely gonna put on fresh clothes.
Go dry off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wear brown
It
pants.
takes Winnie about an hour to copy a spell all the way, so she's gonna
Okay.
spend her whole hour doing
Smart.
that. Yeah.
That's really smart. Okay.
I'm gonna take and put my. I'm assuming in my cabin I have a footlocker.
Or like a chest.
Sure.
A chest
Yeah,
of
yeah,
some kind.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put my blue coat, my military jacket in there, and I'm going to strap on my short sword and grab my longbow and
Okay.
arrows.
Awesome. Joan, Dalfin, anything? I guess Dalfin, you're changing clothes.
I'm changing clothes, but I also grab my dagger and my darts.
Okay, cool. Joan, anything you're gonna do to prepare here?
I am going over tomes and such in regards to Grey God.
Okay. Relnor, after you're back on deck, after you've kind of got yourself geared up and ready to go.
Yep.
I'm guessing you'll kind of just like stand kind of watching the ship as it's slowly approaching.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I've always loved the tension of like the slow approach of a pirate ship. Russell's gonna come over, and I'm gonna say like the two of you are kind of like standing at like the railing on the side of the ship, where you can kind of see the pirate ship coming. Mm-hmm. By the way, there are not cannons in these ships, so
Okay, I was just about to ask that.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
We're not just gonna like end up two Swiss cheeses floating through
Yeah,
the air.
yeah, yeah.
They
it's-
want them to come aboard and surprise them.
That's what it is. It's all about boarding. It's all
Yeah.
about like that's why there's been several pirate raids that have not killed anybody but just stole everything. Mm-hmm. 'Cause they basically couldn't do anything. They go on an intercept course and that's it. And most merchant ships don't know how to like evade or any of that. So, and these guys don't want to evade. Anyway, Russell steps over to you, kind of puts a hand on the railing and goes, "What was it you wanted to talk about earlier when you were trying to get into my office?"
Nothing that's important now. I was going to ask simply about pirate activity in the area and how long our journey was going to take us. I think I got part of my answer.
Right. Well, this is partially what we expected, but I can't say that we know when or where they're going to strike. We've gone on 3 trips without any sign of them.
What's your plan for defending the ship? Are we going to lay low, let them board, and then surprise them, or are we going to start firing arrows when they get in range?
Once they get close enough, Wilbert will be able to take them out before anything actually comes to blows. We don't know if they got a wizard or not. If they do, then likely they'll board. And the 2 wizards will basically be braced in combat, trying to keep each other from destroying the other ship. But, I suppose you got your own wizard, don't you?
We do.
Could give us a distinct advantage. So, we'll use you if the 4 of you are willing to fight.
Willing and able.
Good.
I pop up and go, "Sir!"
Yeah?
I'm willing and able, sir.
I'm sure you are. You just keep yourself safe.
Sir.
All right. Well,
You sure he still likes him?
I think he's about at the place that the rest of you guys are at this point. Like, after at the same time, like, the distraction helped him notice the pirates, so it's kind of,
He's thankful for that.
yeah.
It all
That makes
worked out.
sense.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm useful. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
All right, so as the ship continues to steadily get closer, Wilbert starts to ready himself near the kind of highest point of the ship in the back. It looks like they're basically coming at an angle, but eventually the 2 ships will basically become perpendicular. Mm-hmm. The closer and closer they get, once Wilbert feels they're in range, he kind of prepares a couple spells, and immediately a fire spell gets launched from the other ship. And so he blocks it with his own magic and tries to intercept it.
Fancy.
And so the 2 of them start to trade attacks across the bows of the ship as they get closer. At this point, I think I'm going to have everybody roll initiative.
Woo!
21.
20.
Winnie, what'd you roll?
16.
16, and Relnor?
23.
Whoa!
Dang.
Solid. Did you get a natural 20?
19 plus 4.
Oh, +4.
Yeah.
So typically, I won't do this every time, but a lot of times in combat, when I have multiple types of combatants, I just roll initiative for the types,
That's
Yep.
fine.
and then all those types go at the same time.
Hey, you're the god.
So I don't... Oh, no. I'm still going to name him.
All right. So the ships are now getting closer and closer, and you're starting to see some boards go up from the pirates. And
I am
then
bouncing with excitement.
I will say, at this point, you can see that these are actually all human pirates.
All right.
Relnor, you're first before anything else happens.
Okay.
There's no planks yet across the ships,
'Kay.
but they're within firing distance if you want to use.
Are within firing distance.
ranged
Okay.
attacks.
What can I see
So you see,
besides the planks?
yeah, you see a comparable number of pirates on the other side. There is a wizard up at the top,
Okay.
of their ship, who's firing back and forth at your wizard.
Okay.
And right now, the two of them are focused on each other because they know that if they don't, the other will immediately take that guy out. So the two of them are kind of locked back and forth. At any point, one of them could decide to shift stuff majorly by focusing on other people.
Okay.
Just a,
Do I?
it's kind of a game of chicken between the two.
Do I see anybody with any insignia? Or I mean, as an example,
Sure.
I know they're pirates, but
Yeah.
is anybody?
Yep. There's one. There is one of the pirates that is actually wearing a Lestrade navy blue uniform with sleeves ripped off, and a big red bandana wrapped around his head.
Whoa.
You get the sense that he's
a
kind of.
deserter.
You get the kind of sense that he's giving orders, like he's telling people what
So
to
that
do.
I'm gonna call him Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's not original. But okay, you can name that one.
That's fine.
We're gonna call him Captain Jack. You can name him.
Captain Jack.
I'm naming the rest of them.
Morgan.
Captain Jack Morgan. Yep.
Wow. So great.
Okay.
You're up. What do you want to do?
Oh my gosh. I am going to. Oh boy.
Ricky's over here like, fighting.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna use my longbow.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack their wizard.
All right. And where are you on your ship? Do you want to step up next to Wilbert and fire at him? In kind of the upper back part of the ship?
Yes, I would be towards that upper back part where the helm is, because that'll give me my best elevation.
Okay.
So.
Sure. So I'm gonna say you're near him. You definitely don't want to step like right next to Wilbert because the magic like emanating off of everything is pretty intense.
So I rolled a 6. I have proficiency, dexterity modifier +4 is 12, and then I have archery +2 to attack rolls, so that's 14.
Awesome. Okay. That is a total hit. So
Okay.
you fire your arrow, and it smacks into the wizard's shoulder. What's the damage?
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
No, 9.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because it'd be your dice plus your dexterity modifier.
Plus my dexterity modifier.
9
Yeah,
damage.
9 damage.
Okay. So he totally feels it,
Good.
and he totally sees you.
I'm very scared of this wizard, so I'm going to use action surge, and I'm going to attack again with the longbow.
All right.
Right off the gate.
Okay, 15. 5 damage.
So you fire that first arrow right into his shoulder, and then you fire another one and it hits him in the leg, and he kind of falls to one knee, and the spell he was casting is interrupted. He is not looking good.
Okay.
Joan.
I am going to crossbow. Who's nearest me of all the enemies?
So the ship is kind of like slowly getting closer. I would say the people that you are gonna be like the closest to you are gonna be the different pirates on the edge of the ship
Getting ready to board.
Getting ready to board.
Who looks like the most earnest of all of them? Like he can't wait to board our ship.
There's one with no teeth.
Okay.
And
His name is
And
Rod.
he's smiling all
Oh, I
of
was
them.
gonna say
Yeah,
his name
yeah.
should be Ernest.
No, his name's Rod.
Okay.
and he just
has
looks
no
really,
teeth.
really excited.
Yeah. I want to crossbow him.
Okay, go for it.
Right in his toothless face.
17.
That's definitely a hit.
7 damage.
Okay. You hit Rod and he goes down hard.
Whoa.
So you don't know if Rod's coming back up.
Not so earnest now, are we? Ha ha.
Yep. Dalf.
I look at Joan and I say, "You got the toothless one.
I did. You are correct.
I'm gonna get the bandana."
Okay, you do it. That guy's gonna be hard.
How far away is bandana?
Oh gosh, how far away?
Like just rough. I have a limit on how far I can throw things.
How far can you throw things?
60 feet. It was like,
You can hit 60
okay,
feet.
cool. I'm gonna throw a dart.
Okay.
12.
12?
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
So you chuck your dart and it just goes into the water.
I go, shoot!
All right. Is that all for you for your
Yeah.
turn? Okay. Okay, next we have that very person. And so he's commanding
Captain Jack Morgan.
Captain Jack Morgan, sorry. At this point, the ships are close enough that he commands his crew to drop down the planks. They throw some planks down, and they all start running over en masse. And the two groups start doing combat, and there are now pirates on your ship.
When you say en masse, I want to go MPSB with you. Sorry.
All right, Winnie, you're up.
All right. I think Winnie's gonna go ahead and cast magic missile,
Yep. Good choice.
and I mean, I don't even know who to pick at this point because there's just a whole wave of people coming at us, right?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so Winnie's just gonna go for the 3 people that are running the fastest.
Okay,
It's
go for
not a good day to be a fast person
Oh, yeah.
if she hits well. So
it. And you're doing magic missile?
magic missile.
Oh yeah, you don't even got to fire
That's an
that.
automatic hit.
Just roll
Oh
the
right,
damage.
sweet. Yeah. All right.
So
So
I think it's 3d4s.
Yep.
It's Ron, Todd, and Dan.
Ron, Todd, and Dan. This is hilarious.
I've got
by the way,
3d4s.
that you're
y'all.
gonna name all these.
I am.
All right, 3, 3, and 1. So
All right. Well, you successfully hit Ron,
Todd, and
Todd,
Dan.
and Dan, and even though your attacks weren't super powerful, you knocked each of them off the planks and they fall into the water.
Oh, that's awesome.
she goes, woo, and sticks her arms over her head, and she looks up to Wilbert, but he's busy.
All right, and now some of the bandits have made their way over, and they're starting to do battle with the crew. One is going to come after Joan because she's closer, and he's going to try and swing his sword at you.
Bet.
Bet.
Hit him with some knowledge.
Hit him with some knowledge. That would be a 7.
That does not hit.
All right.
And the knowledge that I throw at him is, you picked the wrong person.
All right, and another one is going to come at Winnie. That would be 10.
What do I do?
Look at your armor class.
I have 12.
Then it is not a hit. If it meets or is above your armor class,
It connects.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so he misses, and then
Nice.
another bandit is going to go after Bordeaux, who's right there.
That's a mistake.
Totally misses as well. Now it is
These are the pirates that don't do anything.
the wizard's turn, and he's actually going to fire a chromatic orb at
Which wizard?
the enemy
Bad one?
wizard.
Enemy
The
wizard.
enemy wizard, the pirate wizard, the prizzard, is going to fire chromatic orb at Relnor.
That's fair. He shot him twice with an arrow.
mad.
Twice, as a matter of fact. His
Way to
legs very
go.
mad and his
Way to
shoulders
go,
very mad.
buddy.
this is,
Chromatic orb
Rob.
is a pretty dope spell.
It is.
Okay, that is a 15.
I'm a 15.
Okay, so it meets, and the 3d8s.
Oof.
Yeah, 3d8s. That's why you need a diamond for that spell normally.
All right, you
So
get hit
boss.
with a ball of magical fire that does 15 damage. Does not feel good. Fires across the bow. It's kind of like, I think for this wizard, it's more or less a last-ditch effort because he's feeling himself going down.
I go, oh, that looked like it hurt.
And right after that,
was that Tad, the wizard?
yes, right
His
after.
name's Rob.
No, I was wrong. I didn't realize it was the wizard that was doing it. It's Tad.
Tad is the wizard.
Eric, the names make it easier.
Wow.
You're doing opposite of what
You're
you
making
said.
it harder,
Yeah,
Eric.
you're making it
Uh,
harder.
Just going off what Kelsey said.
Wilbert then fires another magical blast back at the other wizard. What's his name?
Wizard
Tad?
Corbett.
Tad.
Tad.
Fires another
Tad.
magical blast at Tad, knocking him down. And so there's nothing else coming back from.
He's prone or dead?
He's down. You don't know.
Oh, that's true.
So
I'm not there.
you're not there to check.
I
You're
can't
like
check
jump
the
over to
pulse.
the enemy and then check the pulse. Everybody.
I don't know if I can clear the two
Uh,
ships.
Then Bordeaux and several of the other crew are just totally pushing back the pirates, knocking them down into the water, pushing them back onto their ship. Then they're throwing off the planks, and so it really making very quick work of this crew. Relnor, anything you want to do? It's your turn again.
Can I still see Captain Jack Morgan?
You can. He's standing up there, barking orders and looking superior.
Let's longbow shot him.
Go for it.
19?
Yeah, that's a hit.
10.
10 damage. All right.
Relnor's a force.
Yeah, he really is. Your arrow just hits him right in the arm and knocks the sword out of his hand. But he just rips it right back out. This guy is hocked up on something. Okay, Joan.
So the one who fired at me and missed,
Yes.
Bob.
Yes.
I would like to. How close is he to me?
Bob tried to attack you. He didn't
Yeah.
try to fire.
Well, that's what I meant.
So he's very close, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like within like
5 feet.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
So I'm making a melee spell attack against a creature I can reach. I'm assuming I can reach him.
Yep.
Nope. It will be a 7. Yeah, 7. I'm assuming that's not a hit.
It's not a hit. Try and touch him, but you miss. It's more like a gentle, like accidental, like, you know that awkward moment when you reach to someone's
Yeah.
shoulder and they're walking away and you just kind of like
Yeah.
slowly like,
And you try to make your hand look normal, and it looks even worse.
yeah. That happens. All right, Dalfin.
Are there any boarding planks that have not been overturned?
Yeah,
Can I jump in front of one?
sure.
Like I want to like stem the tide,
Okay,
right? I'm going to attack with my dagger.
okay.
Okay. Whoever's first, first in line.
Yeah.
So that would be 18.
That's a hit.
Awesome. That is 5 damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to spend a key to use my Fury of Blows. Flurry of my furious flurry of blows. blows. My furious blows. I'm going to do this.
Awesome.
So that allows me to make, after I attack, I get to do 2 unarmed strikes.
Yes.
And the first one is a 21
To hit?
to hit.
Seriously?
Nice.
And then I'm going to do, with this, I'm going to use my open hand technique, which is whenever I hit with one of my wow, this is going to be hard. With one of my flurry of blows, I can impose one of the following effects. I can either make them fall prone, push them 15 feet, or they can't take a reaction until the end of the turn.
Sure. Which one are you doing?
I'm going to push them 15 feet straight back into everybody else.
So, like a bowling ball.
He has to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, gotcha.
And he has to hit 12.
His name's Ken.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, and I guess I didn't do damage for that hit yet. It's another 5 damage,
Okay.
Bye, Ken.
blunt damage.
All right. He fails the strength saving throw and is thrown back like a bowling ball into everyone else, like bowling pins. And that whole plank is like cleared of people.
Oh.
And I go, woohoo! And I push the plank off.
You basically just gotta like kick it at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
just kick it and fold my arms.
Nice.
Good job.
All right. At this point, the captain, his wizard's down. Several planks have been removed. He starts shouting for his crew to like turn the ship around and leave. They did not expect to be met with this much aggression and capability. So the ship begins to pull away. There's no more planks between the ships. I'm gonna say that it's like one more.
I had so many names.
Save them.
You have to recycle them.
But I was doing a bit. They were all 1-syllable names except for one of them.
Well, then you'll have
You
to come
still
back to that
wrote the
one.
names down.
Winnie, it is your turn. Like I said, there's one plank that's slowly, like, as the ships are being separated again, like, leaving. It's gonna drop into the ocean eventually here.
Yeah.
No one's crossing it, though. That's not incentive, by the way. I'm just letting you know that that's happening.
Yeah, I know
Don't
it's my
split the
turn.
party.
I'm not gonna like. She's standing at the ready still, but she's not real sure of herself, so she's gonna just kind of watch the plank and not take any action.
Okay, she's just gonna let him go.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. You know what? I'm gonna do the first thing. I haven't done this yet this game, but I'm actually gonna give Winnie inspiration for that. So, inspiration is something a dungeon master can give for a character playing for a player role playing really well. And so I feel like that was a very much she's thinking like Winnie and playing Winnie the way that she knows Winnie would beat.
Yay!
So here's a D20.
What does
I
inspiration
win for
do?
doing nothing.
She gets basically advantage on a roll that she wouldn't typically have advantage on whenever she wants to use it.
Oh, that's
she can
cool.
spend that whenever she wants.
Yep.
Basically,
Yep.
right?
She can keep it for as long as she wants.
Get
yeah,
out of jail free card.
Thanks,
yeah,
Dungeon
yeah.
Master.
Yeah. So the only thing is, I can't give you inspiration again until you use it. So that's the
Oh, you can't have more than one inspiration.
Yes.
Can't stop.
No wishing for more wishes.
yes. But I thought that was really good. I like that
Thanks.
because Winnie is
Ex-me,
not
no
used to
wishing for more
combat,
wishes.
and it would make sense that she would not engage if she didn't have to. All right. The pirates are all scrambling to get away. There's really none left on your guys' ship. Relnor, I guess, real quick, anybody, is there anything you want to do last minute?
Yeah, I want to yell. I want to go, where are you going? You can still do it.
I was having so much fun.
Anyone?
She pats him on the back.
Okay. Relnor, anything?
No.
Okay.
I was really thinking about trying to shoot that captain.
He's hard to hit.
I've done okay.
All right. Well, as they're going off, they're now fleeing, and you hear Donnie shout the order, "No pursuit! Don't pursue! Stay on course. We got a schedule to keep."
Amen, brother.
So, and congratulations, guys. You encountered your first combat and did incredibly well.
Yeah, we did.
No
pow.
no losses on the Sheamus' side.
That was Dalfin's first time meeting a pirate. He really enjoyed it.
Awesome. So, yeah, you guys
chat?
continue on your way.
No.
Anybody want to do or say
His main
anything?
form
Or
of communication is observation.
Winnie's just really impressed by Wilbert and doesn't really quite know what to say. And so as he walks by, she's like, "Good job, Meister."
Well, I do what I can, little sister, and I thought you did a wonderful job yourself.
Thank you. I didn't get to use Witch Bolt.
You guys' magic was awesome. It's like, pow, 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 oh, fire.
Joan extends a
So it was.
hand to Relnor and says, "Good fighting, Lieutenant."
You did well yourself.
Well,
Shake your hand.
Relnor, you did awesome. Your bow and arrow hit everything. It was so cool.
is it nice having
was
a
like-
groupie with you everywhere you go?
And then you were like, and then you were like,
That wizard was like, oh,
And you were like,
arrows in my bag.
it was awesome.
You guys are a great duo.
Winnie like totally soaks up Dalfin's energy. She's like really.
she's an empath, and she
She's
just
like,
takes
this is
it in.
great.
So you got these two shorter beings that are making sound effects, and
And Dalfin, then you were like,
Did you see? I
And
know,
you were
like,
like, "Boo, boo,
and then I was like, whoosh, whoosh, and I pushed them all off the blank.
and I was like, and like 3, and like, woo.
Yeah, you guys did a really good job. I didn't know you were a bowler.
Me neither. Strike.
apparently bowling's a thing in Lestrade.
Just like golf.
Yeah, just like
I was waiting for Ricky to say, "Wait, what's bowling?"
All of a sudden, Winnie and Dalfin, the sun is blocked out by a figure of Bordeaux, who's standing above both of you.
Winnie shuts up
And
immediately.
he looks down at both of you with his grim face and his two kind of like, teeth
Fangs.
sticking out of
Yeah,
his
underfangs.
underjaw.
underfangs.
And he goes, "Aye, lads." He pats you both on the shoulder,
I pat him on his thigh.
and then he turns around and kind of stomps off.
Thanks, Bordeaux.
And I
I
lean over to
lads.
Winnie. I go, I think he likes you.
I don't know. You think so?
All right. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to do, or you just want to get back to on your way to the Gnome Island?
A 3-hour tour.
I was hoping to meet. I was hoping to like get a chance to like actually hang out with the pirates, but
They're bad guys.
yeah, but maybe they
Start
could.
swimming.
Nah, I'm okay. I don't swim very well.
Donnie is by the helm, still giving orders and getting kind of everybody back into
Okay.
shape, and his second in command is back to kind of shouting at the crew and getting them to
Okay.
go about their business.
Yeah, I was going to try to talk to him and see how long the trip was going to be, but we'll let him get things sorted out first.
Okay.
Relnor, this has been the best boat ride ever. I hope we meet more pirates on the way back. You did a great job lieutenanting too.
Relnor is just speechless over here.
Thank
I-
you.
I deflect the conversation and I say, "How was your meeting with the captain?"
Very short.
Because
As in,
because of this.
as in, someone fell overboard.
I did hear a commotion.
Sorry about that.
Do you know how it would have gone? Were you going to get what you wanted out of it?
I mean, I still have my sword. No, I was just gonna. I was gonna try to play nice.
Good for you.
Just get some information from him about the journey, and one of the questions I was gonna ask was what the chance of pirates attacking us on this journey was gonna be, but
Probably highly likely.
I didn't have to ask.
100%.
Didn't
100.
have to ask that question. It seemed to be answered almost immediately.
Yep.
So, Relnor, you've seen some stuff. Because you're out on the seas. Is it usually that quick?
It depends. It depends on your route, and what your cargo is, or what the pirates perceive your cargo is.
Ooh.
How easy of a target they think you are.
How orky your crew is.
It could be.
Yeah,
Good
could we
word.
just put Bordeaux at the top of the ship so they see him and go, no thanks?
I will say, Relnor, you would know this was a very, like, unprepared pirate crew. Like, almost seemed like they'd never done it before. Like,
Gotcha.
they were very...
Amateurs.
Yeah, like the tip... Yeah, everything about that seemed very, like, pirate light. You know what I mean?
I will tell you guys, for pirates, these guys were lightweights.
Oh, I thought so. It was
seemed
super
awfully
easy.
fast.
What does that mean?
Um,
Are they usually fatter? What?
Winnie, what's the easiest candy to make?
Fudge.
Okay. These guys were screwing up their fudge recipe.
Okay.
Wow, that analogy totally worked. She definitely understands what you meant.
Winnie, like, kind
many
of looks
pirates.
insulted, and then she looks at, she's like, okay, I get it. I get it.
Wilbert comes by and goes, "That was very odd. I was trying to just... you typically, in a wizard's duel, this is something you should know, Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
You want to gauge your opponent's capabilities.
Sure.
You don't fire your most powerful attack immediately. So I was gauging him, and I felt like he kept holding back. But it makes me wonder if he was a full wizard at all."
Can I do an insight check based on what I've read about, like, combat and
Lightning wizard battles?
people stealing cargo and stuff? Do I think that there's more to them ditching early than just them being weak?
Yeah, you can give it like an insight to the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the situation, like based on their behaviors and that kind of thing.
Sure. I'm gonna need a pretty big roll for you to like get anything out of this.
16.
I mean, I think the whole situation felt fishy. You know what I mean? Or just like unusual. Just how the reports of pirates that have been coming into Lestrade have been like, at least the ones you've read, have been scary. Like dangerous and overpowering and fast.
Didn't the head pirate have a blue jacket on? Mm-hmm. It looked kind of like your jacket.
It did. It was a naval uniform. The sleeves were ripped off.
Do you think he was Navy?
Did you just gain an accent?
No.
Okay.
Inflection is not accent. You have trouble with this.
Did you think he was Navy? That's just what it sounds.
Yeah, he thinks anything
he
that
was
isn't
Navy?
said a certain way is an accent. Yes, you're right. I think I'd turn to Wilbert and I go, "Do you think they were posing as pirates?"
Pirate posers.
Fake
know.
pirates?
I will say there's
We
a
got
good
some peepees on the open sea.
there's a good chance they thought we were just a regular old merchant crew, and perhaps this was their first time pirating.
Navy pirates.
What?
He had a Navy jacket.
Ah, that's true. Could have been a deserter. Could have killed a man in the military and took his jacket.
That's a good point. They're nice jackets.
I try not to wonder what goes on in the heads of a scoundrel like that.
I wonder about everybody.
It seems you do. And who, my little friend, is wondering about you?
Definitely me.
Aw. I have a wanderer.
I have a lot of questions.
Right on, right on. Well, the ship gets kind of back to a sense of normalcy as you guys make your way, and the Gnomish Island is now more and more visible.
Yay.
It almost looks like a volcano at the distance. The sky above it's got one giant mountain kind of in the middle of the island, and the whole sky above the island is covered in this kind of grayish, brownish, sooty fog. So the closer and closer you get, the darker and darker it gets.
Industry.
Yeah, both because the light of day is fading, and the foggy cloud like in the sky is slowly blotting out the sun.
Can I climb to the crow's nest again?
Yeah.
And I yell, "Land hoier!"
Okay, the guy who's typically up there almost jumps out of his out of the crow's.
And I say sorry in Orcish.
Like, you gotta stop doing that.
Oh, sorry.
Winnie's just glued to the rails. She was really excited to see the Isle, and now she's it's like almost watching a train wreck. She's just like, what? As it gets closer.
So as you guys start to get closer and closer to the Isle, the ship almost starts to become enshrouded in this fog, and the island goes from being super visible at a far distance to being almost impossible to see through the fog. It's kind of this weird, like at a distance it's like you can still make out the shape, but the closer you get, it's almost like your approximation to the fog makes
Does
it
it
harder
have like
for
a
you to see.
scent or like a taste?
I don't know, maybe kind of smoky.
So is it smoke or is it fog?
It's like a smoky fog.
Yes.
Good luck.
Is it smoke or is it fog?
Yes.
It's fog.
Okay.
And
It's smog.
yeah, but like you can smell kind of a scent of.
Can I detect magic?
Sure.
Okay.
I detect fog.
It's a
You sure
ritual
it's not
spell, so I
smoke?
don't have to waste a.
Yeah, you just wait
You know
10
what they
you
say,
use 10 minutes.
Relnor, where there's smoke,
Yeah,
there's
I'm going to
fog.
use. I'm assuming it's going to take more than 10 minutes to sail through the smoke.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
How long is it going to take?
It'll just take some time.
Jeez.
Well, I'm asking about because okay, I could
Is the
I could
captain
use a
a-
long rest, or some healing, or
oh yeah, I forgot he got hit.
Oh, I forgot I
So,
got
I
hit
mean,
too.
I'd say you guys still have like a couple hours.
You could go down deck and patch stuff up.
You could do a short rest. So you guys have time to do short rest. Short rests can happen for me. I'm cool with them happening within the span of at least like an hour, that you're able to kind of not do anything and patch up your wounds and just kind of relax. So for those of you magic users in the group, during a short rest, you can recover a certain amount of spells equal to I think half your level.
Is the captain out and about?
Yeah, he's still out and about, kind of keeping his eye on things, but he's not super active at the moment.
Yeah. I go, "Hi, Captain.
Hey there, little guy.
Is this fog normal?"
Is the fog normal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the smoky fog.
absolutely.
What is it?
It's part of the gnome's defenses.
Defenses?
Yeah, keeps it pretty difficult to find the place if you don't know what you're doing.
How do you know where you're going?
We've done this quite a bit.
How'd you know the first time?
Let's just say we've been doing different ships and crews have been doing this for a long time.
Oh, learning.
Indeed.
Do I hear this conversation?
I mean, you can. Are you around?
I mean, I'm assuming I'm on deck.
I mean, it's not everyone on deck can hear it, but if you're around,
Did you move away?
I found the captain.
Oh.
wherever he
I
was.
mean, you guys weren't all
Captain
just sitting in the
moved
same place for the entire time, so it's kind of just wherever you want to go.
Okay, never mind then. I didn't hear.
Okay.
So, do I detect magic? Do I see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic?
I mean, yeah, with Winnie and Wilbert,
But I don't feel
No magic in the fog.
I'm all sparkly
the magic in the fog. It's just fog.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just make sure we weren't gonna die.
Nah, this is expected. This is what we do every time.
Cool.
After a little bit, excuse me.
So can I do my short rest real quick?
You've been doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to roll and stuff, so I'm gonna. Well,
You can just do it. You don't have to vocalize.
Yeah,
it.
you can
You're
recover
fine.
your health. You can also
Roll a
use
hit
your
dice.
hit dice to
Yeah.
recover health.
So for a short rest, you have to use a hit die, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Long rest, you
I
don't.
didn't
Long
know
rest,
that.
you don't
Oh,
have
okay.
to.
Short rest,
So-
you have to use hit dice.
Cool.
I mean, go ahead, keep talking then if I don't need
Yep.
to.
Humana,
talk
humana,
this
humana,
out.
humana.
So Relnor, while you're resting, actually, Captain Russell's gonna come and find you. So I'm assuming you're below deck.
Yes.
All right. So he comes down below deck, finds you. Joan, are you wanting to follow this, or are you just gonna?
Oh yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So Joan's kind of down there. He doesn't mind that you're there.
Okay.
But he sits down kind of across from you as you're kind of recuperating. Says, "Good work back there.
Thanks. Your crew seemed to handle themselves very well.
They know what they're doing. That didn't smell right, did it?
You noticed too?
Yeah. Feel like they weren't even pirates. Felt more like farmers.
It seemed too easy. I don't know if this is anything or not, but I did notice there what appeared to be their captain or their leader. He had a blue navy jacket on
Yeah.
with the sleeves ripped off.
We haven't seen pirates in the last 3 trips we've taken. But the last time we saw them, they were full of orcs and terrible to fight. Nearly took out half our crew. This was a cakewalk, but still didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, good shots on the wizard. I saw that. Could have hurt some of my men, so you've got my gratitude.
I'll try not to spend it all in one place.
That's fine. Just make sure you salute me next time.
Glad you're
And
really
he-
proud of yourself for that one.
And then he leaves.
He's still giggling about his
I
line.
am.
I know. All right. So, unless any of you are wanting to say or do anything specific, I'll go ahead and keep
No.
us moving towards
Go
the
for it.
island.
Winnie took a short rest just to. She's got to get her spell slot back, so
Okay.
she did that. That's all.
I am not taking a short rest. I'm
All right.
very excited.
All right.
Same.
So, as you get deeper into the fog, eventually there hits a point where Wilbert gets the cue from the captain, and he moves up to the front of the ship, and he starts to display fairy lights in a pattern, and it just goes. They're green lights, and it's green, 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 and he just kind of keeps doing that pattern over and over again there at the front of the ship, just throwing up those lights in the same pattern consistently until eventually you see 2 white lights flicker in the fog distance. You don't see where they're coming from, but just further away you see these 2 lights flicker. And then all of a sudden he kind of whooshes his hands together and throws out a super bright white light, and immediately it almost seems like out of nowhere the fog parts and you see 2 giant like iron doors like embedded in the water. The whole ship starts to shake and the water around you starts to like move, and they're splitting apart just in time for the ship to cut through it. So it's like you were slowly approaching without even knowing it, and then you get through, and
Those doors are huge.
the crew is pulling in the sails. They're doing tons of tying things down to ropes, and Donnie's giving tons of instructions, and of course Purdue's doing his "Aye lads" thing. And at this point now, you guys can see the fog. Once you go through the wall, the fog almost completely clears, and you can actually see the island itself, and it's massive. And it almost seems like the island has an organic nature to it, with cogs and wheels and even some actual seeming like transportation moving across the island.
This is awesome!
Tons of lights, and it looks lit up like it feels like it's nighttime because there's really no sunlight cutting through the clouds in the sky.
The defensive fog.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of glowing lights and things on the island, whether it's homes, buildings, big lights coming out, and near the kind of like cliff face that feeds into the sea, there's a opening that you guys are kind of heading for, and there's a lot of light coming out of that opening that the ship slowly move towards. And as Donnie's giving orders, you hear the giant stone walls slowly closing behind the ship.
Whoa.
And they just kind of lock. It's kind of like just a loud clunk, and the sea kind of starts to like slow down. And then you guys make your way into this kind of like cave within the cliff face. And as you get in there, it's lit up almost like daylight with tons of different lights. And the lights are coming from what look like electrical sources. But you guys wouldn't really fully understand that. The gnomes have a level of technology that's really not present anywhere else.
It's like an island of stars.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so you guys come in, and there's not a ton of ships that are in port. There's only a few. It's definitely a small port compared to Lestrade. But yeah, you guys dock, and everyone starts kind of like putting things together, tying ropes down, and we've made it to the Gnome Island, and we're going to stop right here. So on next episode, we will actually get to disembark.
Woo woo!
Gnome Island.
Oh my gosh, that is a blast from the past.
Wow.
Well, anyway, thank you everyone for listening. If you liked this episode, you can give us a 5-star review on iTunes. That would help us out a ton. And you can share it with anybody you know or you think would like it. You can also check us out on Twitter or Facebook at the Titan Pod. And we've also got a Patreon with tons of further content, as well as a 15-minute post show that we're going to record right after this episode is done recording. So you can go there and check all that stuff out. We've got tons of awesome things going on. I'm excited for the next couple episodes, and so glad you guys are on this journey with us. For the Titans of Altera, I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan.
Dalfin.
Winnie.
Relnor.
Thanks, everybody.